Alright, so here we go. We are now switching to Min Min. I like the black color, so I'll just do that. And here we go against Self. On Fire Emblem. And this is the Radiant Dawn version. The Min Min's kind of a difficult character to play, especially for Road of Light, so I'm kind of nervous to play her here. So let's hope that I don't run into too much trouble. But I guess, well, I need to concentrate for a little bit because this fight is going to be a little difficult. As you can see now, my arm has transformed into a more stronger dragon. Her left arm? Right, I think so. Yeah, her left arm. As well as we have the... what was it again? The gigawatts? I think that's what the item... her right arm is called. Okay, I think we can finish this off. Okay, hopefully that's enough to KO Shi. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I guess that's a quick warm-up. And I think if I could remember, I forgot something on the top left of the map, so let's quickly get that before we continue onward. I think it's right here. Oh yeah, so you're right here. So I'm just gonna get that now before I forget. So while we're just starting to get warmed up with Min Min, I can just give my thoughts about her. So when Min Min was originally announced as the second, or part of the second Fighter's Pass, it was quite a surprise because people thought it would be Springman. Springman was technically the poster character of ARMS, which is what this character came from. But for those who have played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Springman was added as a assist trophy. So people were kind of curious about if he was added into Smash Ultimate as a character, what would happen to the assist trophy. And here we are. Instead of Springman, we got Min Min. I think it was a good choice because if you watch the informational fighter direct of Min Min, she can kick as well, unlike Springman. But here we go with Samus. And yeah, so I think it was a good choice to use Min Min. It could have been the other ARMS character, but Min Min is a nice general choice. You still have the ARMS aspect or properties, but you can also use other moves, like again, kicking. And now it's to talk about Min Min herself. So Min Min has an interesting moveset in comparison to other fighters in this game, because her special is treated similar to a normal, let's say, base attacks, I suppose. It's kind of hard to explain until you try it, but generally if you attack like your A button, your special will be pretty much the same thing as well. It's kind of like you have double normal attack patterns, I suppose. Okay, so I might lose this fight. If I do, it's gonna finish saying what I want to say for now. So I guess the main special properties for Min Min is her arms, obviously. But her right arm can change between, let's say, the 3 attack types. So this one that you start off with normally, can't remember it right now on the top of my head. I think it's called the Ring Ram. It's kind of like a light attack. Okay, that was lucky. A light attack that does small damage, but it's very fast and can do a bit of a burn effect on your opponent. Again, we're also gonna get a cutscene here. And then after that, we have the, again, I think it's called the Gigawatt. So that big yellow magnetic looking like arm, this one. I know this one's gonna be a hard one, but let's see if we can beat it. I hate that property. Well, yeah, this yellow arm is very heavy, does extreme damage, or lots of damage, but very slow, and its range is really limited. And then finally we have the dragon arm, or I forgot the official name. It'll probably show up in the tips at some point. But that one is that it has medium damage, and if you hold it, especially after doing a smash attack like this, you can fire off a bit of a small laser. So that's really helpful, especially for edge guarding like this. So just like that. As for her left arm, it always stays as a dragon arm, but if you grab your opponent, it will transform into like a stronger version. And we're going to be doing Pac-Maze right now, so let's just quickly complete everything. But yeah, so what makes her very technical is has long range and is more meant for spacing or zoning. So against like multiple opponents like this, it's might be a bit difficult to crowd control. I didn't get that in time, that's fine. But yeah, so I'm not really much of a Min Min main, or I'm not really good at playing Min Min, but I have a general idea how to play her. So oftentimes you would use the Ring Ram to do some damage like this, or you can switch to the dragon. And then you finish them off with the Megawatt. Again, I don't know if it's Megawatt or Gigawatt. I sometimes can't remember these names. Unfortunately, I never played ARMS fully. I played the, you can say the beta, or when it was the global preview before the game came out. That's pretty much the only time I played the game. But it was fun. It's, for those who are kind of unaware of ARMS, it's kind of similar to Splatoon. They both had that mix of online multiplayer and single player campaign. And I think Splatoon kind of got more popular because, actually I don't know. So I'll say in my opinion, because Splatoon felt a little bit more fun, or it had kind of to stick with its target audience, because it is a third-person shooter. Third-person shooters are pretty easy to get into. ARMS, it's like a fighting game, but not really much of a... It has its own take on the fighting genre. And so it's kind of hard to get into, especially how technical it can feel sometimes. So personally, like, I didn't get into ARMS because I felt it was a bit technical. Right? But I still wouldn't downplay what it is. I still think it's a fantastic series. And if you're interested in it, I highly recommend it. I just didn't have the time to try it. Yeah, this one might be a little hard, but I think that's okay. But I think that's it in terms of what I would like to share about Min Min. Like I said, she's a really technical character that requires a bit of spatial awareness and understanding her moveset. Yeah, I didn't expect the bullet bill to pierce through my shield, but yeah, Min Min is an interesting character for sure. Like, I personally don't know if... I mean, I think starting the Fighter's Pass with Min Min was an interesting choice. Yeah, let's see if we can get this. Alright. Because I think if they ended off the first Fighter's Pass as just that, and ending it off with Violet, I think that would have made a lot of people upset. If you could remember what I talked about before. Okay. Just making sure I get to all the teleporters. And this one's gonna be hard. But yeah, so they started off the Fighter's Pass 2 with Min Min. And I think the ones that followed Min Min was interesting choices as well. So I guess we can get to talk about that once the time comes. Yeah, she's a really good zoner. It's just that sometimes if you... Her biggest weakness is if her opponents gets really close to her. She's not extremely good at close combat. And it looks like this part is not going too bad. I think these ones are a little bit more sturdy though. Okay, nice hit. Let's see if we can KO them with the Megawatt. Yeah, so like if you get really close to Min Min, she can't really fight back, so I think her greatest weaknesses are the top tier characters like Pikachu, Inkling, I guess Joker and such. Because again, once you get really close to Min Min, she can't really do much. Her... what's it called? I guess like the properties of like her moves coming out like this, it's quite slow, even if you use the ring round. I might have to use another spirit for this, but let's give it a few tries before that. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything I want to say. And again, I guess another weakness for Min Min is crowd control. Like, even though she has a very interesting property that she can attack both front and back. Overall, she's still... You're gonna get overwhelmed like this. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose again. So I think we'll do one more try and then I'll put on a spirit. This is over 8,000, so balancing is against my favor, and that's okay. So fortunate I cannot kill the assist trophy, but it's fine. I was really hoping I would dodge that, but oh well. Yeah, so let's just put on a spirit just to get through this. I think that's okay. I don't even know if it's worth talking about this as trophy, Miki. I mean, I never used the... I forgot what service she's from. And I never really used that service during its time. I never really liked doing online forum stuff or online interactions. Never really my interest. Yeah, I'm still getting overwhelmed. I was hoping to use my final smash there, but it didn't come out.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, I just have to kind of just try to adapt to the situation. Luckily, Min has a really excellent recovery. Again, like most tether related recoveries, like Joker and such. Okay, I was really lucky I got to cancel that. Okay, as long as I can get some of them out of the way, so I have less people to deal with, I think this is winnable. Okay, so I think I got rid of 2, so hopefully we can finish the sword fighter. So you can have like a good read, you can totally get your opponent off guard or off the ledge. So like I said, that's why Min's quite technical. Okay, so we're up against Game & Watch. This stage has a pretty small... Oh, never mind. So to say, if it was in the normal flat zone, it would a pretty small launch space. I think that's like what gave a lot of people issues before. I get another interesting properties for Min is that you can angle her attacks. And another scary thing that people speculated from her first release is you can technically do smash attacks in the air like that. So you can see the effects like that. Like you can see a difference between smash attack in the air. Actually, I guess you can't. But regardless, you can still snipe them like this. So she is an excellent zoner. And you can also do like a 1-2 punch like this. Walk back and forth. That's unfortunate. My final smash didn't come out before Game & Watch's attack, but it's okay. But yeah, it just takes a lot of technical practice. See, once Game & Watch got into my space, I cannot really do much to push him back. Like, I instantly lost that fight because I couldn't launch any moves in time, which again, it's something to just takes a lot of practice. Like, I will say Min Min's more for advanced players than beginners, because you do need to know what you're doing. Wow, my grab did not go out. Okay, I didn't expect that to work. So just do this so he gets away from the edge. Easier to manage. And then he just ate food right after that. So I think Min Min, in terms of actual tiers, I guess, she's kind of mid-tier. Or at least in my opinion, because I actually don't know much about how pro players rank characters. I see, like, once I start to, like, get them zoned, it's pretty much in my favor. Okay. I think sometimes the CPU also doesn't know what to do when your range is so long. So I think that's a good thing. You can technically outsmart them. But I think for sure when it's a player versus player, Min Min versus someone or a human player, it's gonna be a bit more technical. Because you did see that most, let's say, players would just go head to head. Like, that Game & Watch was kind of distancing itself from me for that later in that fight, so, but most, I'll say, individuals will just continue to rush Min Min, making it pretty difficult to win. So this might require a spirit, we will see. But if you want to know more about Min Min or like how to play her, I recommend just reading the tips and seeing tutorials, or at the very least just play the character and just try them. So like another weakness for Min Min is her arms are affected by the environment. As you can see that I'm probably gonna die here. So you can see the arms when it hit that incline, it retracted, or like it hit it. Oh, I missed. Yeah, I think the biggest issue here is gonna be the giant Donkey Kong. I think I can handle the small one pretty well. I'm so dead.
Continue.
And I think Min Min's also technically made to be grounded. Kind of similar to Little Mac. But at least she can recover. Because in the original games, they're always you don't really fight Ariel or Ariel Lee. See, like, having a bit of distance between you and your opponent is pretty essential for Min Min. So now I can use Mega Bot to kind of maybe KO someone. And having that Hyper Smash attack support spirit on is pretty helpful too. Because literally, as I've said, for Min Min, both her special and her normal attacks is considered, or her main kit or how you play her is mostly technically smash attacks. Alright, there we go. So that was a good spirit combo, to be honest. But yeah, I think there's nothing really else now. I think. Unless something comes up again. Wait, seeing all these DLC characters though, it's interesting, or it's really nice. I guess like you wonder how will they do the next Super Smash Brothers game. To be honest, I think it'd be nice if they just like reboot everything. Maybe have like have every character be different or feature different characters as the base. Who knows? But I think that's like a good place to go from there. Like the nice opportunity, a fresh start, and have everything all new. I guess it's worth noting, I believe it's her up smash. Her up smash can actually reflect projectiles, but not that well, or like it's hard to really find a good time to do that. But for those who just curious, it's worth saying, I guess. Okay, I could tell this one's gonna be a hard one, but it's alright, nothing to be too worried about.
Ready? Go! Victory!
Yeah, I just figured for all those classic maps, or at least the ones that features classic areas, they're knockout areas is really small. Yeah, I think I forgot how to get to that one on the bottom. So I think I went to every teleporter, I think. I'm sorry, I just really have a bad memory. So just assume that for that last spirit down there, you have to go from the bottom, and then that teleporter brings you to somewhere else.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, like something that's against Squirtle as well, Min Min is pretty weak against. Okay, hopefully you'll just step on the landmine. Sometimes you just have to get lucky. Alright, nice hit. So, I think I'll leave this area for last for Min Min. Or at least, that's what I hope for. For Min Min's route, we're going to be doing that area as well as the bottom parts. So, I think we can leave this for the next person as well. So let's quickly go back to the beginning of the map. And then do it from the left side. Oh, okay.
Ready? Go!
I guess that is the last area I did not check. Yeah, so having items is really helpful for Min Min. Fortunate I missed that. Okay, this could be it if I'm lucky. Couldn't get that input to drop my sword in time. Okay. Always nice to have that buffer system. Oh, so close. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. Yeah, I think even, I guess based on your setup, there's like a fair bit of latency and such. It is kind of frustrating with trying to be... See, I didn't even want to do a down smash there. But it did. but it's just how it is. But precision, especially in fighting games, is a pretty big thing. I think that's another reason why I don't play fighting games other than Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Feels much more casual and a little bit more fun. It's just pretty easy to pick up, especially for beginners. That was a nice hit. You know, I guess you can get pretty lucky with your spacing sometimes. His edge guarding is also kind of irritating because I know that he can pull it off.
Continue.
But alright, so just put on a spirit. At least this is technically doable, but I don't want to keep grinding this fight out.
Ready?
Because I know which fight is gonna take much longer. See, that could have been a good read, but just a bit too early. But that was a nice throw.